Danny Crossman is here. Impakt Protective is the name of the company. I think people might be even more familiar with the name Shockbox.
That's right.
Okay, cool name and a very serious discussion through this small piece of apparatus which connects to an app. Let's talk about how you got it, how it all started for you.
Sure. About 6 years ago, we developed sensors for the US Marines and US Army for soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan who were getting exposed to roadside bombs and getting concussions, essentially.
All right.
So we developed sensors. Fast forward 5 years, 6 years, 2 months before Sidney Crosby hits his head, we set up Impakt Protective to develop low-cost sensors for sports teams.
Isn't that amazing? And when you say low cost, it really is. So who can purchase this? Do you have to be an organization to purchase the Shockbox?
No, we have teams using it. We have individuals using it. We sell it online on our website, theshockbox.com. It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
So it's usable either.
And what's interesting about it is it's this piece of equipment, which is very high tech. The range is how far?
100 meters.
So 300 feet, 100 meters. So if you're playing football even, at the other end of the field, I've got that. And it connects through Bluetooth.
Through long-range Bluetooth, yeah, and it goes to an app on any operating system, BlackBerry, iPhone, Android. Okay. It's a free app. You just download it and you sync the sensor to the phone, same as you would a Bluetooth headset, and it works in the background.
All right, so the cost of this for the individual?
$149.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. For the peace of mind. It's important to note that Shockbox does not have anything to do with treating concussions or telling you whether you have one.
No, it's a biomechanical impact sensor. So when the helmet gets hit, the software on the phone decodes the data and approximates what the head would have experienced and displays an alert to say, check your player. Impakt Protective,
your company, is so mean to George, who's inside of this helmet.
George,
you guys are very cruel to him. What surprised me right away in lifting this is the weight of a human head, because this is basically represents a person's head. Can we see this work?
Sure.
Now this is padded ground, so you're actually going to have to give this some force.
I'm going to have to give it a whack, yeah, as the reason that you play on padded ground is to protect people's heads.
So, I want to show this now. It said no recent impacts, and now suddenly a signal is being sent, and it says an impact was detected for Danny Crossman, number 25. Let's view that. Okay, here are a couple of things here.
So what we're seeing here is who the player is, which direction they got hit on the rear of the helmet, when and how big, and obviously we're dropping from about 5 feet here.
Now there are some numbers that I don't understand at all in terms of G's here. So what you've done is color-coded this to make it easier for parents, coaches, anyone who's trainers to understand, right?
Yeah, basically we show simple color codes, yellow or orange, just to be able to give people a stoplight approach to, is this a big hit that I need to assess or a smaller one? The numbers, I mean 227 G is extreme. And that would be a very extreme case.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about what you do once that impact happens. What this has said, assessment required.
Basically, the whole point of the system is to be able to identify where's Danny Crossman. Is he on the sideline or is he on the field? If he's on the field, when he does come off, and say, what do I need to do? Can I assess him? If I assess him, then I can put in a couple of symptoms that I might see. If I click next. Random questions, these are Maddox questions.
Count backwards 10 to 20, and let's say they didn't do
right.
Okay, they got
that wrong. Okay, you get that one right. And there's also a balance test in there.
Oh wow! So this is comprehensive. Okay.
Basically, the medical guidance is if you have an observed head impact and immediate symptoms, that's a concussion these days.
And it says here concussion possible. So let's do done here. And can we see a smaller impact, like what it would look like if you did it a little bit less?
Yeah, probably if do it on the table with this one.
Yeah, just to see a comparison here.
Give a whack.
Okay, so waiting, and we've got an impact there. Interesting to note, on the hockey helmet it sits on the outside, on the football helmet you have a little more room, so it's on the inside. So let's view that and see. So basically, there we go.
105 G, it's still a large hit. I mean, here we're hitting a hard surface table. Could be like a board or an ice surface. And then you go through the same process. The point is, you can check a kid and he may not have a concussion. People's brains react differently to different inputs.
Exactly, and that's not about toughness at all. That is just physiological.
It's just biomechanics.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about you also have something interesting going on right here in Ottawa.
That's right.
You're doing a study?
Yep, with 5 football teams, part of the National Capital Football Association. And we're studying kids from 8 years old all the way up to 18 years old. 20 players per team looking at the same positions to see who gets more hits at different ages at different positions.
Okay.
Because right now there's a lot of anecdotal talking about kids under Pee Wee level, And so what we want to be able to show with NCAFA is what's the real data.
And what I want to know now is, have you seen anything that surprised you in this study so far, just anecdotally, because I know the numbers aren't complete yet?
Not really. I mean, in a Tyke or a Pee Wee team, you maybe get 1 or 2 hits per game. Up at a bantam level or midget, you get 5, 6, 7, 10 per game, which is normal. So you definitely see more hits the older people go, there's faster, heavier.
Okay, and so in those 10, people do their assessment and in a game, and you may have 0 concussions.
Yeah.
But just warning signs to make sure that you're going through this questionnaire and perhaps pulling a kid off the ice or off of the football field or whatever sport.
Yeah, that's right. The whole point is to check your kids more. Not too much so it becomes an annoying, like a car alarm, but enough so that you increase the level of surveillance.
I love the analogy you had with me before we got on. You said it's like a smoke alarm.
Yeah, when a smoke alarm goes off, you don't run out of the house, you go looking for fire. And with a helmet sensor, you don't immediately assume they got a concussion, you check for a concussion.
There you go. Shockbox available online, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If parents are looking at this thinking, I got to have this in my kid's helmet, the parents on the sideline, they can walk up to the coach or trainer. That's
right.
Great stuff. Danny, thank you so much for sharing that with us.